During a training session that I was running today on a topic completely outside of communication, a young lady approached me and asked me how to develop confidence in their public speaking, in their ability to communicate effectively in front of a group. And I asked them a series of questions because I was kind of curious as to why they wanted to know this. Because ultimately, anybody can just give you tips on how to develop your public speaking skills, but I wanted to know why. And I asked her, so in what context do you want to develop these skills? What are you going to apply it to? In her role, it turned out that she didn't have any formal authority. She didn't have a formal leadership position. However, she wanted to develop the skill because she wanted to develop the ability to influence others. So she was a scientist, a data scientist, and in her role, a lot of it sure involved a lot of number crunching and working with computers, but there would be times where she would be called upon to present, lead meetings, and speak to others. Even again, she didn't have formal authority. And so I said to her that there were three really impactful or powerful ways that I developed my presentation, public speaking skills. Because to be honest, when I first started my career 20 some years ago, I didn't have these skills that I have today. They were something that I acquired along the way through a lot of trial and error, some training, and just a lot of application. Before I gave her the three strategies, I started off with the most important idea. And the idea is this, and that is confidence is the byproduct. You can't just muster confidence. Ultimately, what she needed to do is have courage, courage to develop the skills, courage to overcome her own ego, and just to admit that maybe this is a skill that she needs help in developing. And I had pointed out that the fact that she came up to me and asked me how to develop it was a powerful first step. She just has to continue doing that along her journey. So the three strategies that I suggested was number one is to develop one's public speaking skills. And I said the fastest way to do that is through a group called Toastmasters or a public speaking group like that. And for those of you who aren't familiar with that group, that's an international organization that has clubs all over the world, virtually in every single city in the world with a large enough population that teaches these fundamental skills. So you get to learn in a safe and structured way along with other peers who are going through the same thing. So not only do you learn these skills, but you also get to develop the camaraderie of going through something really rewarding with others. The second strategy I said is that I enrolled in improv training. Now, I think there are two tracks to improv. There is the professional track where some people go in there to develop their acting skills or their comedic skills, and that's one track. On the other hand, there's those of us who go in there for professional reasons. Perhaps we have professional inhibitions where we are reluctant to express ourselves as openly using our nonverbal communication. There are people who have just natural charisma, people who have cultural backgrounds or experienced backgrounds or just something about them that just makes it easy for them. But then the rest of us, we kind of struggle. We're very stiff, so to speak. So improv training was a very powerful structure that allowed me to develop my nonverbal skills, my using my body, my facial expressions, the tone of my voice in a way that was much more that made them much more powerful tools than just learning how to speak effectively. My nonverbals through my body and my face became part of the message in and of themselves, a powerful component. And then the third strategy I shared with her was just to simply get used to having conversations with random people, whether it's on the elevator, whether it is, throughout her organizations, just going up, initiating the conversation and having conversation. Because a lot of the fear and anxiety and lack of confidence that comes with addressing others in a public forum through public speaking is just communicating with people that you just really don't know, strangers, right? And so just starting up conversations with one-on-ones and sometimes joining groups where there's one-on-twos or one-on-threes and perhaps even more, that will help give you a lot of the repetition and a lot of practice, a lot of exposure-based training that will really help you develop your confidence through the courageous act of just starting these conversations so that when you do apply the public speaking skills, you do apply the improv skills that you also develop in conjunction with that practice, you will become a force to be reckoned with. A force to be reckoned with because you have the confidence that you have the skills and the practice to be able to address anyone in any forum. And there's a huge reward to this. And that reward is that you'll be able to truly influence others, to express yourself in a way that you feel that you can benefit others and get out what you want to get out. It could be your way of leaving your contribution to the world. It could be your way to progress your career. It could be your way just to simply share and interact with the world. Regardless of whatever it is just a powerful, durable skill that you can develop and you can apply in any area, any field that you go into. And this is a very important thing to keep in mind as the world evolves, as the world changes, as we bring in AI technologies, learning language models, all these tools that are set to displace a lot of the technical skills that we possess. We have to develop those, yes, new ones along the way. But if you develop your communication skills, at least for the foreseeable future, we have to deal with human beings. And developing our public speaking and interpersonal communication skills is a powerful way to ensure that we remain relevant, employable, and we have a skill set that organizations will find valuable. Good luck.